Everyone, welcome back to part 2 of my massive haul video. This one is going to be the higher end products. For a while then, you guys know that I am a concealer fanatic. I have to do a collection video on concealers alone. I love concealers to brighten up all of my highlighting points, but so you guys are going to see some concealers in this haul again because I'm just a huge fan of them. For this haul, I actually picked up some lipsticks, and they're some new ones that came out from the brand Buxom, and it is Buxom's, that's a tongue twister. It is Buxom's Wildly Whipped Lightweight Liquid Lipstick. It says that this is a soft matte lip color. It is also a seductive lip plumper. The two shades I chose are Centerfold and Nudist. They are some really nice nude shades. So let me go ahead and get these opened up. So here's Nudist, so beautiful, and Centerfold. These are just stunning shades, ones that I gravitate towards a lot, which are the nude shades. And then I think I picked up even another nudie shade, but you'll see that in just a bit. These are beautiful, and this is what the packaging looks like. Aren't these so pretty? Next I picked up is a concealer. This one is from Bare Minerals Bare Skin. It is a complete coverage serum concealer in the shade Light. I've heard some really great reviews here about this concealer, so this was one that I wanted to try out. This is what the packaging looks like. A little doe foot applicator that is flexible. So the shade Light, here is a swatch. Ooh, that is a flexible applicator. And the texture is, I have my fan on, so let me go ahead and put this back in here so it doesn't dry out. The texture is really nice and creamy, a little bit emollient, which is good for your under eye area. You don't want to have it looking dry. Coverage, I would say, is medium to full coverage. I would say it is full coverage. Let me show this to you guys. Those are the 3 products I picked up at Ulta. I had to get all of my stuff out of the bags and make sure that I am completely organized because I found something else that I picked up at Ulta. The concealer was not the last thing, but when I went there the second time to pick up the Buxom lipstick, that's when I found out about this new Laura Geller Double Take Baked Versatile Powder Foundation, and I picked up mine in the shade Medium. I have been trying this out, and I really love the way it leaves my skin. And let me tell you guys, it also does control your oil without you looking too dry and matte. The finish on this powder, it resembles so much to the MAC Mineral Skin Finish. This is what the packaging looks like. It's see-through, which I really love. That way you know what you're reaching for. It comes with a mirror. I believe it came with a sponge, but I tossed that out. And the texture on this is just so soft, super soft. So let me give you guys a swatch if you guys are able to see it. You see how it's just very light, so it's not going to give you that powdery look. This does have a medium to full coverage, I would say, because you can apply this wet or dry. Can you? Let me see, did I read that wrong? Yes, wet or dry, you can, but I usually don't apply these powders wet, just for hygienic purposes. It just kind of wigs me out for some odd reason. I'm just a weirdo like that. Let me give you guys some shade comparisons. This one right here is MAC C35. So it's a little bit close. This one does have a yellow undertone to it. They actually, both of them do. And my favorite, this one from Milani in the shade Light Tan. Another powder that I have been enjoying wearing, and it's the one that I have on right now, is by IT Cosmetics, and it is their Celebration Foundation Powder, and I have mine in the shade Tan. If you do have oily skin like myself, I have a feeling that you're going to love this. I love this. It's exactly like the MSF from MAC, but with more coverage, if that makes sense. This one's going to give you just more coverage and a nice luminosity. There's no glitter in it whatsoever. So this was the last product I purchased at Ulta. I feel like I'm wearing the Snapchat filter with this headband, but I absolutely love it. I'm loving it so much. I think it's so pretty. You know what? I believe that if you love something, who cares what people say or think? Just wear it, rock it. Who cares? Just wear whatever you love and you're fine, you know? So I'm now going to move on to my Nordstrom's haul, and this one is quite the splurge, but they're products that I have been eyeballing, and I love Chanel. Chanel is just, to be honest with you, Chanel makeup can be hits or misses. It just really depends, but I'm going to show you products that are well worth the investment. I actually purchased two, one in the loose powder form and one in the pressed powder. Universal, it says that how to pronounce these names are really crazy and hard. I'm going to say it's podre, but if you say it a certain way, podre, it sounds like pudre, which means rot in Spanish. And then it says Universal Libre. So it's basically just, it's a universal loose powder, and I picked up two shades. This one is translucent number 340 Dore. I also picked up shade translucent 230 natural. To set my under eye concealer, I'm actually wearing the translucent number 2, and I'm going to show you guys a quick demo right now of that while I open these two up. Product is so super finely milled that you do not have to worry if you do like to bake and you do have dry under eyes or I don't know how to explain it, but when I have tried the baking method, I feel like it soaks up all of my oils, that when I smile I see wrinkles that I don't usually see there, and I'm like thinking, what the heck is that? So that's why I avoid that. But with this powder, it doesn't do that at all. This is a beautiful powder to invest in. It locks in and seals in your foundation, your concealers just beautifully. You could also apply this heavily and let it bake, but I just like to apply a generous amount and then just spread it out. Grams of product with this setting powder, which I believe is more than the Laura Mercier. And let me just double check. One from Laura Mercier, you get 29 grams. So you get 1 gram more in the one from Chanel. So the packaging is larger. Being completely 100% honest and not going off of the Chanel label that I absolutely love, this is an amazing powder. If you have tried baking and it just hasn't worked out for you for whatever reason, it just is too drying, this powder, let me tell you that I can literally bake using this powder from Chanel and I will not feel, you know that feeling you get if you've tried baking, then you know what I'm talking about. You smile and it just feels like as if you put some sort of glue and all these fine lines and wrinkles just start appearing. And if you don't have wrinkles or fine lines, you will just look in the mirror and say, what the heck happened? You instantly feel like you aged 5 to 10 years. The reason why I picked up the shade number 2 was because the girl at the counter was really nice and helped me out. She said that number 2 and number 1 are very similar, so just to go with number 2. Then shade number 3 for all over my face application. And this one, let me show you guys. Oh, did I mention? I haven't even mentioned. A big thumbs up with the packaging. It comes with my favorite, the powder puff. It's so beautiful and so super soft. I love using the powder puff method, and I'm so happy that they included one of these. Well, they should for the pricing on this, right? So I'm going to take my little Hello Kitty dish and pour out just a small amount. That way you guys can see the shade. Stippling brush. You can see how number 3 looks a little bit dark, but once you apply it to your skin, oh, what is that? It's a piece of lint. I always have lint. I don't know where it comes from. It's going to keep your oil under control, and I have tried this one out, and it does keep your oil under control, so it is perfect. This was a really good match for me. So if you're around my skin tone and wear the similar shades MAC NC35, then you are going to want to get number 3. And it's so weird because it says translucent number 3 and then it says 40 Dore. I don't know why they do that, but this translucent powder is simply amazing, and I know you're going to love it. So I highly recommend this loose powder. I have been eyeballing this for, you guys have no idea how long, and I'm so happy that I finally got my hands on this. But let me show you guys the shade on the back. So that way you guys can see how it threw me off, because it says translucent 3 and then it says 40 Dore. And that day the lady completely sold me on the pressed powder as well, and so I picked up the shade number 3. This is what this powder looks like on the inside. This is also great for oil control. Have a satin matte finish, and there's no scent to this powder at all. So again, this is translucent 3 in the pressed powder form. Highly recommend it. I absolutely love it. This was a really good splurge. Of course, I was suckered into purchasing one of Chanel's concealers, but that didn't really require too much twisting my arm to purchase a concealer. I was like, oh, okay, you sold me. She said it's going to be a full coverage, it doesn't crease. I did a swatch on the back of my hand and I was sold. I am a sucker for salespeople. They can just pitch me something and I'll be like, oh, really? I will be like a deer with headlights on, or how's that saying? You guys know what I mean. But those of you that just adore high-end products and Chanel, the logo is on the cap of this concealer. But now the true test is going to be when I try this concealer out, if it's worth it or not. But here is Beige Ivory. And this one has a yellow undertone to it, which I absolutely love. I find the yellow undertone to be really brightening for my under eye area. And let me see the consistency of this. It does dry a little bit quick. As far as coverage, let me take a look at this. This seems to be a full coverage concealer. I want to do another full face tutorial using some of my new stuff, and then give you guys my thoughts as I go. This is one that I had to pick up because the girl at the counter was like, she's probably thinking she's already getting a lot of Chanel stuff, so might as well, I don't know, tell her to get a concealer. She might have been working on commission, who knows, but it didn't take much for her to sell me on this concealer. I was like, okay. I have 2 more products that I picked up at Nordstrom's before we move on to the Sephora haul. And this one is a lipstick from Bobbi Brown. This is Bobbi Brown's Lip Color Rouge in the shade Beige Gold Shimmer 8. This one is so beautiful. When I seen this lipstick, I fell in love with it immediately. It has glitter in it. Let me give you guys a swatch on the back of my hand, and then I'll do a demo on my lips over this lipstick. So this is, what is this, Beige Gold? Let me just take a look, 'cause I'm so excited about this lipstick having glitter. Yes, Beige Gold Shimmer. Super beautiful. Let me zoom you guys. One of the most gorgeous lipsticks I have ever owned because it does have glitter in it. It's perfect to just top off any lipstick because of the glitter that it has, and it is not sticky whatsoever. So this one, I had to get it. It has glitter. I love it. Then the next thing I picked up is, of course, another concealer. A concealer that has been pretty much my holy grail since I purchased it, which was a while back, is the Kevyn Aucoin, the Sensual Skin Enhancer in the shade SX03. Well, since I loved it so much, I wanted to purchase a shade that was just a smidge darker than the SX03. So I picked up shade SX05, and let me give you guys a swatch and comparison to the SX03. I'm currently wearing shade SX03, which I have no problem whatsoever with it. the light being as light as it is. I think it's beautiful. And then I also have shade SX06, which is too dark for my under eye area, but is perfect for when I'm self-tanned, and I can mix it with my face moisturizer and just use it as a foundation. So I'm going to give you swatches of my new one, which is SX05, and the ones I currently own. So here's SX06, the new one 05, and 03. Finally, moving on to my Sephora haul, and this one kind of has a theme, which is highlighters, believe it or not, but I did pick up some highlighters. I picked up, let's start off with the highlighters, because I'm like, what is that? And then I realized it's a Radiance Baked Powder. Is that a highlighter? Okay, I just lost my train of thought right now, but I picked up this ambient lighting powder in diffused light. Beautiful. It is soft. I love the Hourglass ambient lighting powders. And here is a swatch of this. You could also use this very gently under your eye area. Taking a little bit of this diffused light and placing it right under my eye area really does give you a nice luminous finish, and I absolutely love it. This is so pretty. This one from the same brand, Hourglass, is the Strobe Lighting Powder, and I chose the shade Brilliant Strobe Light. I don't know why they made this one smaller than the other ones. It's so weird. They should have just kept it in the same size, but this is what the packaging looks like. In comparison, side by side, there's a huge difference. Look at that. They rip you off by half. That's ridiculous. They should have just left the same size. So not fair, but this is a really beautiful shade. When swatched, look at that. That is so pretty. I hope you guys can see it. The sun is starting to go away now. Taking Delium Tools 944 brush. Really applying this, that way you guys can see it. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I'm starting to like highlight. See, the only reason why I didn't like it to start off is because I have peach fuzz. So I feel like as if accentuated the peach fuzz, like, hey everybody, look, I am super fuzzy on my cheeks, and I can't get it lasered off because I have such sensitive skin that I'm going to probably break out, just like I broke out when I had an allergic reaction when I had it threaded and waxed. That is that strobing powder. Super beautiful. Brilliant Strobe Light. Highly recommend it. I should do the other side now so I can match. See, it's accentuating the little bumps from my breakout right now. If you accidentally, if you're like me and if you're in between or iffy on the highlighting and you accidentally apply too much, what you can do is get, what you could always do is on the areas that you may have accentuated a breakout or you don't like it, get your matte translucent powder, this one's from Rimmel, and a powder puff, and just gently press over those areas. And that's it. It just takes that away. Okay. This next highlighter is by Laura Mercier. It's their Matte Radiance Baked Powder. And the shade that my son chose for me, because he purchased this for me a couple of weeks ago when I wasn't feeling too good. It is highlight number 1. He also picked up a different shade, but I ended up exchanging it for this one. And let me show it to you guys. This is so beautiful. I absolutely love it. This one is a very subtle highlight. So I don't recommend, even though it says matte, I don't recommend applying this all over your skin. Just at your highlighting points, and it'll give you a nice, soft, subtle highlight. This is beautiful. Thank you so much to my sweet son, Justin. You're amazing. You're just me so, so well. He's actually been trying to get me to get into highlighting. He's like, why don't you highlight? And I'm like, because I have peach fuzz. Don't you see that? He goes, who cares? I'm like, I do. This last highlighter that I picked up is one that I actually had to order online because they just did not have it at Sephora. It is by Javon. I don't think I'm pronouncing this correctly. Is it Givenchy? Givenchy? You guys know what I'm talking about. But this is Givenchy's. I think I already mentioned this. I feel like I'm going crazy. Did I mention this already? I think I did, but I'm not sure. But what would I have? Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm losing my marbles. I haven't had anything to eat all day. It's like, it's going on 5 or 6 o'clock. This is Givenchy's Le Seance Healthy Glow Powder. This is long-lasting radiance, totally weightless is what the packaging says. The shade I chose is Moonlight Saison. Miss Moonlight Saison. This one, I was so sold when I seen the embossing of the stars. Is it called embossing? The stars that are embedded on there. It is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. It is so creamy, and let's see. Let me do a swatch right here. It is beyond, this one is beyond subtle. So you can go ahead, go in it with a heavy hand if you'd like. You don't have to worry about any of your nooks and crannies showing up. This is a soft satin matte finish highlighter, and it's just beautiful. So here's what the packaging looks like. I'm going to demo this for you right now. Left, you guys, so hang in there. I can't believe it if you guys have watched it all the way through. You guys are super sweet. This is Givenchy's Photo Perfection Fluid Foundation with Sunscreen. It does have an SPF of 20. This has been around for a while now, and I picked up mine in the shade 5.5 Perfect Cashew. The girl at Sephora told me that this was great for those of us who have oily skin. And I have to tell you guys that finding a color was so hard, but this is what the color matched me to. Oh, and let me show you guys the packaging. The Givenchy logo on it is so beautiful. It kind of looks like, to be honest with you guys, like the e.l.f. foundation. Tell me it doesn't look like it. It really does. You guys know which one, the Forever Flawless foundation. It looks just like that, which is so weird. But let me give you guys a swatch of this. I can't wait to try this out. I would say the coverage on this is medium to buildable full. I don't know if it'll oxidize and get darker. I can't remember what she told me, if it does or doesn't. I want to say that it doesn't, otherwise I wouldn't have chose such a darker shade. But swatched, here it is. And it does dry quickly to a nice matte finish. There is a little bit of luminosity. Really looking forward to testing out this pricey little foundation. The last two products that I have to show you guys are ones that have been around, but I wanted to test this out since I have a lot of setting sprays that are good for mattifying the skin. I've heard a lot of great reviews on this, so I decided to go with the small bottle first. So if you do have oily skin, it might turn out to be an amazing setting spray to use in the winter time, not the summer. But again, this is the first time I've ever used it, so who knows. It was just one that I had to try out. There's also another big box on the floor that I have to go through, so I can probably go through it really quickly. Since I've been wanting this Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick, and I chose the shade Stripped. It is right in the category of my favorite nudie pink shades. Let me give you guys a swatch of this. It's so beautiful. I'm sure you guys have seen this. Again, it's been out for a while. I just haven't been able to get my hands on it, but it's the matte formulation. such a beautiful color. The last 4 products I'm going to show you, I just simply forgot about the package, the big box. These are presents from Justin. He purchased all of this for me on Mother's Day. If you guys follow me on Snapchat, you guys got a glimpse of it, but he's just so sweet. Oh my gosh. He got me the Samantha number 7 Huda Beauty lashes. These lashes so beautiful. Justin pays attention to so much detail. It's just amazing. He purchased the Alice through the Looking Glass palette because he saw the Monarch butterfly and said this is a must to get you. He just happened to walk in the room. He's so sweet. And I was just talking about you too.
Wait.
He knows I'm starving. What did you bring me?
I don't know, sweet potato fries.
Oh my gosh, thank
They hooked it up. I think it's because I tipped her really good.
Yeah? Say hi.
Oh god, I just got back from the gym, but...
So that's Justin. I shouldn't eat while I'm on camera, but...
Oh my god.
Literally talking about him, and he walks in with some greens and proteins, sweet potato fries. Oh my gosh, they are so yummy. If you guys live in Las Vegas, you guys should already know I live in Las Vegas. It's Glitter 702. It's Las Vegas area code, but I love sweet potato fries. They make the best sweet potato fries. They are just so yummy. But going back to my haul, just knows that I am obsessed with Monarch butterflies in this palette. And the Monarch butterfly that's in here is so cute. Oh my gosh, it is beautiful. I know it's kind of pointless just having this in here because you have to actually take the eyeshadows. You're not really going to use this. But it's just for decorative reasons. But how beautiful is this? I love it. And of course all the eyeshadows are down here. I'm assuming that the color payoff on this palette is going to be 2 thumbs up, given that it resembles a little bit to the Vice palettes, which I absolutely love, and those ones are winners in my book. So this one I'm excited to try out and create looks with it. This next product that Justin picked up for me is one that he was already fully aware that it's been on my wish list. This is the beautiful Tasha Luminous Skin Dewy Skin Mist. Yes, that's how you say it. But oh my gosh, this is everything and more than I was expecting it to be. Look at this. This is so gorgeous. This is absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh. It's so lavish. It's so... Let me see if it's... Might as well. It feels really refreshing. So I'm excited to try this out. This is just beautiful. What can I tell you guys? It's... Look at this. It's stunning. That was pretty much it for my part 2 high-end haul video. This is quite a bit of stuff that I showed you guys, and a lot of them are splurge items. I just am a makeup lover. What can I tell you guys? Did leave out another handful of products, but it's for the Natasha Denona brand. I have a bunch of their blushes and an eyeshadow palette. I did not get the big eyeshadow palette. I actually picked up the 5-pan eyeshadow palette because that other one is just so dang expensive. Let me show you guys one of the blushes in the meantime, because this, if you love pink and are just a fan of beautiful packaging, you're gonna love this. This is so gorgeous. So this is the Natasha Denona blush. How beautiful is this? I'm going to do a separate video on this because I just think it just deserves a separate video for this brand. So thank you guys so much for watching this haul video. I know that this was probably a long one, even though I said it was probably going to be short. Let's face it, it was probably a long haul video. So thank you guys again. Big hugs and kisses, and I will see you guys very soon.